What's going on, guys? So we got a neat deck for you today. We are going to be showcasing the new card, Ibong. Let's go take a look at it right here. It's Ibong Adarna? Adarna? I think that's how you say it. But anyway, neat little card here they just released recently. It's an epic rare. Epic Limited, I should say. And it says, when drawn, if your deck contains exactly 3 winged mythical creature cards, your cards in hand gain plus 19 until played. So, nice buff there for only 5 energy. And it's if you have 3 winged mythical creatures, and it does count itself, right? So, what are my other 2 options that I picked? I chose Phoenix as a winged mythical creature. It's just going to burn up some of my opponent's cards. I chose this because I think it's a nice heavy hitting card. It does get a lot of buffs throughout the game, so it can get quite big, and that's why I like it. And then finally I chose Pegasus as my 3rd winged creature, and it says when returned, your mythical creature cards, wherever they are, gain plus 25 for 3 turns. So that's the only part we care about. So we're going to get a nice buff on our mythical creatures. So this is somewhat of a mythical creatures deck. We did a James shell. So James, kind of giving a little redemption to this card. I did a video on this card a while back and didn't do, I think I went 1-1 maybe, or might have gone 1-2. I can't remember, but not as good as I'd hoped. But the card is pretty decent if you read it. Basically, if you have 9 history and 9 life on land cards in your deck, all your cards are going to get that nice plus 12 until played. So that's what we did. We did a 9-9 split for history and life on land, which is kind of unique. You don't see a lot of decks built around just those types of cards. So it does make for a fun game. Let's take a look at the rest of the other cards. So that is an unruly ruler. So I went ahead and added Charlemagne, and we do have 3 unruly rulers in this deck. So we're going to take advantage of this ability of giving all our cards wherever they are plus 6 permanently, which is a really good ability. So between that and then I tossed in Andronicus. When played, your cards in hand gain plus 21 for 9 turns. Again, another really strong buff there on our cards in hand. So that's unruly rulers we included. We did add this card here. You don't see this card played very often, but kind of a neat shell for it is this deck, I feel like. So we're going to try it. And so far I've been liking it. I think it plays well in this deck. So the Lion and the Unicorn says, when played, if your deck has 3 or more Cool Cat cards, your mythical creature cards, wherever they are, gain plus 18 until played, and vice versa. So we essentially tossed in 3 cats, and then all these mythical creatures throughout the deck are now getting this nice buff, along with the cats, too, so it's not irrelevant. And we do have some nice heavy-hitting cats in this deck. You can see I've got Cheetah in this deck. Nice, big, heavy-hitting card. We've got Clouded Leopard. That's going to be one of our energy gain sources. And our 3rd cat is Sand Cat. We're doing just a little bit of inflation or taxing abilities in this deck. Just a splash, not a lot. But between Sand Cat and Manticore, those are our taxing effects. And Manticore has been really clutch. I've had a few games where a couple of my opponents have a lot of arts and culture and history cards in their hand when this hits, and it just decimates them. So it can be impactful, especially this low energy week like we have. Don't count this, just a little 3-drop like this. Don't count it out because it can be quite impactful. So that's why we've included it. Rest of the deck, we have Dragon King as our one-off, start card. You guys know I love to have at least 1 card in my hand doing something, and this is the one I chose, just going for the more permanent buffing stats again. We've included Martin Luther King as another way for energy. This deck doesn't have a lot of ways for energy because it is in these weird albums that we have, so not tons of options without Ghost and Art Deco and all those arts and culture options. We do have, though, MLK in history, so that is an option, but it's not guaranteed. You have to win the turn. So how do we guarantee? We guarantee through the likes of Ponzi. So that is one of our ways to get a nice buff on the turn, help try to secure that MLK. Snake Oil, we get a nice discount. The more I've been playing with this card, the more I've really been liking it. So when drawing your cards in hand, get that hand cost -5 on the turn, which is huge. So you can really play some big, meaty cards down that you normally wouldn't be able to play, especially in these low energy weeks. It can be a real impactful turn. So I've been really liking it. And I don't get hit with the downside very often, but when I do, it's not overly detrimental. I mean, it is a little detrimental, but it's not to the point where I lose. A lot of times, if I do get hit with this negative effect, I still win anyway, so I'm not overly concerned about it. Other inclusions we have, I've included Lich, just a real strong overall mythical creature, probably one of the better legendary mythical creatures there are. So just for that chance, it's a chance to get this nice plus 30 permanent power. So, and he hits hard on his own, so don't count that out either, right? Another energy source we have, Gossick Circle, is going to give our cards a nice discount, kind of like Snake Oil does. But this one's not as big. It's just a -1 on your cards in hand. And then when we do return this, they're going to get your remaining cards. You're going to get that +1 back. So just right back to where they were. So it's not huge, but it helps. Next up, Dwarf. Just a nice mythical card here. Going to give us a little buff and give our opponents a little debuff. But that is the deck, guys. Very simple, very to the point, but it works well. We'll go try it out, see what you guys think. But I think it's a neat build. And like I said, it showcases this card here pretty well, I think, with the 3 winged mythical creatures. And then we have, more mythical creatures in here. Like I said, we're taking advantage of this lion and the unicorn you guys don't see a lot of. So kind of showing off that card a little bit here as well. You guys know how I love to show off my unique cards. We don't like to see a lot of the same stuff. I try to come up with some neat decks for you guys. So this is one I really enjoy. I think it's a really neat deck. So let's see if we can get some wins tonight with it. You guys can see it in action and leave some comments. Let me know what you think. But as always, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. I'm trying to gather up some cards slowly. I'm going to eventually do a nice giveaway for you guys, but you'll have to be publicly subscribed to be able to win any cards. So again, please hit that subscribe button, guys. It really does help me out. Helps the channel. All right, here we go. All right, looks like we got a nice discount there from Gossick Circle. You can see Manticore came in clutch. It hit his whole hand, so he's only able to play 2 cards. So I want to get Manticore back really quickly since it is hitting him so hard. If he has a full Arts and Culture deck, that's going to be really impactful this game. So let's make it number 1, slot 1. For those of you that know, cycling is a thing in this game, so where you place your cards does matter. So keep that in mind. If you play to the left, like Manticore, I played to the left slot there. Once this deck goes all the way through, I will draw Manticore as the first card back because it was on the far left. Okay, so that middle card, if I play in the middle slot, would be the second card I draw back. So keep that in mind as you're setting up your turns. It's not random on the drawback. It does matter. So I want to get my buffers a lot of times to the left, so I get those buffs quickly, get them back as fast as possible. Let's see here. So let's get our Cheetah back and our Phoenix back. And we're just sitting on Dragon King, right? We just want to take advantage of this start ability. But yeah, always keep that in mind. Your placement of your cards is very important in this game. It is going to separate your play from the next guy. It's going to make you that much better if you understand how to play your cards out properly, where to situate your cards, because it can really matter. So like right here, we have to decide, do we want Snake Oil to go to the far left? Is that the card we want back more? Or do I want Ponzi back? I probably want Ponzi back over Snake Oil, but really I want them both. And I want to draw. I mean, all these are really good, so it's a tough call here at what order you would do these in, but I'm thinking I like keeping Snake Oil and Ponzi together just so that I make sure I win the turn and I don't get that detrimental effect. So I'm going to keep it like that. So that should be enough to win this first round by quite some margin. This is, like I said, this deck can do some work. It's not putting out insane turns, but again, this is a low energy deck. This isn't for the high energy weeks, anything like that. We want to play this on these low energy weeks like this. This deck is going to shine because it's got some big heavy hitting cards in it, but we're taking advantage of these discounts like this Snake Oil, this Gossick Circle, to reduce our cost, be able to get these big heavy hitting cards down quick and fast. Let's see. Hopefully that's enough. We're going to get a nice buff here from James, as you saw, buffing everything 12. So really nice. All right, he's got King Arthur down, so he is going to get a nice energy buff this turn. Oh, we didn't get our Martin Luther King buff there like we really hoped. He beat us by just a couple. So that's unfortunate. All right, there's our I-bong trigger. You saw that. So here's a good example here for how you cycle your cards. So if we continue to play 3 cards, if I play Sandcat out in this 3rd slot right here, I will again draw him back on turn 2 of the round. But we don't want that, right? Because we want him to take advantage for the entire round. So if I slot him up here, the next time we go to draw this card back, it should be turn 1 of the round. So as long as I continue to play 3 cards. So that, again, is how cycling and setting up your cards can really make a difference. So right there, now I know if I continue to play these 3 cards like I've been doing, I will draw Sandcat back on turn 1 next time we draw him. Get the full effect of Sandcat. So very important strategy there, guys. Lich as well, how I stuck him in that 3rd slot. I did that because I want to draw him back on turn 2. I don't want to draw him on turn 1 because if I do, when I draw, I'm not going to be trailing by 50 to potentially trigger that extra 10 there that I might have a chance to get, right, if I'm losing next time I draw him. So it is important to set these cards in the right spots to take maximum advantage. And that's what we're doing here. We're taking, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it is setting us up for a better chance, right? And like I said, I do want to get Mana Core in the front slot because I want it back as quick as possible. I think it is going to be very impactful this game. This is round 3, so let's get I-bong out. It's the most damage, it looks like. All right, he's going to take this round. He did play his Holy Grail down. He's been saving up for that, though, so that's fine. That is perfectly fine. All right, there's our lion and the unicorn. Let's get it down. I want to get those buffs. Want to get that Pegasus buff, too, on these mythical cards. Let's get this cheetah down. Nice heavy hit and turn for us. Pegasus should buff our dwarf up a little bit now as well. There we go. Dwarf's up there, 85 now. That's pretty good for only 3 energy. All right, there's our Ponzi and our snake oil. Just definitely want to get those in play. Nice discount here. So what's this? This puts 450. This is 450 and giving a disc or hurting him. So that's probably the better route to go. Let's do it like that. It's going to be tough for him to come back from there, I think. I think that puts us in a commanding lead for this round. That Ponzi snake oil combo is quite strong, especially this low energy. All right, there's my James. Definitely want to get him going. Do need to think about Phoenix because I want to take advantage of that while I got that mythical Pegasus buff. So don't forget about that. We don't want to sleep on that. And we'll get Andronicus down. No, we don't need that yet. We got a nice lead here. Let's just play Charlemagne down. Since we have the lead, there's no reason to go crazy here with even more damage. Should be an easy round here. Didn't think he had a chance. He played his castle, too, which is unusual. He shouldn't have done that because now it's going to start his next turn really poorly. All his cards are minus 50 now, so that's going to give us a really good shot to win this next round, too. See, there with your sandcastle turn 1, like I told you guys. See that? So that's why we played that in that left slot that turn. Now, if let's say we go to round 5. If I want, I wouldn't play Sandcat here now to get it on round 5. To get it turn 1, round 5 now, I'd need to play it right here if I continue to play 3 cards. So that's how that works. This is called the hold slot. So if this is the first turn of the round, you'd have to play it in the 3rd slot to get it again on the, further out in the game in that slot. So on the first turn. So that's how you would set that up for those of you that are interested. I think it's very important to kind of explain that to you guys because it's a really critical part of this game is knowing how to draw back or when you're drawing back your cards and realizing that this cycling is a thing. Some people just play it, just throw cards out. They have no idea that you're actually drawing these cards back in order like this, and it does matter. So like there, we got our Manticore back. It's pinged him really good here on probably the last turn of the game, or last round of the game, I mean. So he's in a bad spot. So I think this is going to be it. He's probably going to still play his Holy Grail, but I don't think it's going to be enough to catch us. We're up about 300, so I think it's going to be a tough one for him to overcome. He's going to get 300 from it, but that's going to pretty much eat up all his energy. Maybe not. He's got some discounts he's been hitting with it, but still, I still don't think he can keep up. But maybe we shall see. Let's just play consistent. I don't see a reason to play Dragon King and risk it, because if we do lose here, I still want to have Dragon King in my hand. And I don't think we're going to lose, but just in case. Yeah, I was going to say, he need a lot to be able to catch us there. All right, so that's game 1. You can see the deck performed really well. I think it did really good. It's been playing pretty smooth, so let's give him a good game. Good game, sir. Maybe. Where's it at? Well, there it is. Good game. All right, let's go on and get one more in. See if we can get another win. Maybe get up to rank 6 here. Haven't been really ranking up this week at all. I've been doing actually one of the guys in Discord put out a challenge for this week. Fruxto? I don't know, Fruxto? I think that's how you say his name. One of those ways. But the challenge essentially was in this league, who can do the most damage on round 1. So Schmengar and I had kind of been going back and forth, posting our high scores for the week on who can do most damage. But most of the games I've just been, I'll play like the first round and then concede real quick, just because I want to keep trying for a new high score and not waste time. So it's been kind of screwing me up for ranking up this week. But got a pretty good high score. I'm not going to say it because I'm keeping it a secret from him, because I feel like if I tell him my score, he's going to keep trying to beat it. But right now, he has the highest score posted, at least posted in the Discord, but I am holding back until tomorrow to drop my bomb on him that he is not going to beat this. So hopefully he watches this video and sees that, and he's like, you're lying, because he's been thinking I'm messing with him the whole time, like just pretending like I got the high score, but I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure. But some of the scores we've been posting are roughly, just to give you guys an idea. And this is, again, round 1. We're posting 1,600 damage in round 1 is right now roughly where we're at on the scores that have been posted so far. So, again, I've exceeded that, but I'm not going to say to how high. So definitely a challenge that was it's been a fun challenge trying to come up with ideas how to exceed such high damage in the first turn or the first round of the game. It's definitely a tall order. I think I want to actually do Lich here. Manicore not as important in this game. You can see he's running almost full paleontology. This is so close. I typically would play Charlemagne right now, but I'm going to play this just because I might need that extra damage here. Nope, he got us anyway. Didn't matter. Alright, so he's got round 1. Let's see if we can make a little comeback. Paleontology is a good deck. It's a tough one to beat, so let's see if we can do it. There's our Ponzi. Give that Charlemagne back this time. Just gonna buff our Ibong, the Pegasus. All right, there's a little lead for us. All right, there's our Dwarf, so he just got buffed as well. Go ahead and do it like that. There we go. He's locking up some cards, but they're cards we don't care that really get locked, so it's fine. We got a huge lead, too, so we really don't even need to play 3 cards here, but if we can, we probably will. It is snake oil, though. Do we risk losing this? Because I really don't want to lose with snake oil. Looks like we do have a risk of losing here. Not the round, but losing the turn. So I don't want to play snake oil, I don't think. Just because it's inherently very risky. So let's get Sandcat here. At least we get it back on round 2. Ah, we should have played snake oil. Dang it. Would have been fine. That's all right. Didn't want to risk him dropping 300 points down there, and then we have that negative effect all game. Not worth it. You want to play him when you know you can win it. Now, this is the round that's scary because it isn't Paleontology Arena. So he's got a good shot here to do some nasty damage on us. $335. Ooh. Really hoping he's not putting that down with this arena buff. Just really want to get that snake oil back in my deck. Don't like sitting on it. All right, off to a good lead. And we get the MLK buff, which is nice. Extra energy I like. All right, going to continue to get liched down. Let's just do it like that. Don't need to play Gothic Circle yet. It's just hanging out for now. Probably do it when I got a cheap card like Sandcat in my hand, so I can it won't get as affected. Ooh, maybe I do it here with Manticore. Yeah, that's probably smart. Let's do it like this. Manticore will go up 1 energy, but it's not huge because he's already so cheap. It's not that big a deal. All right, there we go. We got round 3. Deck doing its thing, doing work as expected. Like I said, this deck's been performing well. I've been playing quite a few games with it, so haven't lost a whole lot. opponent's deck, not the greatest, though, here. I mean, I'm looking at his cards. I'm seeing Paleontology, but I don't see a lot of the better Paleontology cards I noticed. So, could be one of the reasons we are steamrolling as well. Maybe up against not as good of an opponent. Looks like his deck is a little bit scattered. Alright, I anticipate this being the last turn of the game. So I think we got this. Again, not putting down crazy damage, but again, this is a low energy week, so I think it puts down real consistent damage for the week it is. So that's why I like it. I think if it was even a lower energy week, it'd be even better, to be honest. It's been playing pretty decent with barely any energy. But all right, guys, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed. I think we got to see James VI there. James the 6th. He redeemed himself, I think. And overall, I think the deck performed really well. Again, if you enjoy the content and the videos, please hit that like button. And again, that subscribe button. Again, I'm going to be trying. I got to see what program I can find to do a random comment picker. And what I'll probably do is post a video here, maybe within the next week or two. And you guys will know, it'll say, giveaway, post comment here. And then from that video, I will do a random comment picker. And once the comment is chosen, I will click and see who it is and check to see that you are publicly subscribed. If you are not publicly subscribed, make sure you go up. You have to do it from your desktop, I believe. You go up into the settings, go down, and there should be an option to toggle on and off publicly subscribed. That lets me see that you're subscribed to the channel, and that's the only way you're going to be able to win in the giveaways. So if you are interested, please make sure to do that because it is coming up shortly. Like I said, I'm trying to gather up a few more cards just so I have, I can give away more than just one card. I want to give a couple cards away to you guys that are my loyal subscribers. And hopefully, maybe I'll do these occasionally. Maybe start doing maybe every month or bi-monthly something, giveaways for chances for some limited legendary cards for you guys. And I think that'd be a neat way to, kind of help out the community, help you guys out, and interest you. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. And more to come on that. So, again, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night.